Happy Election Day.
I was just going to say, it's a big day.
It is a big day.
To us.
It should be a national fucking holiday.
Well, I'm pretty sure it kind of is, but not really a holiday. It's just a national day where you're allowed to skip work for a couple hours and nobody can question you.
Yeah, but you should just be able to have it off so that you can
Agreed.
get drunk and watch the results.
Yes, which is what Lee is doing right now. Which also I'm like, but why? Because literally the polls just closed here. Actually, I don't even know yeah, they just closed here. And like, you got to count that shit.
Yeah, they got to count that shit.
Oh, fuck, man.
Also, to anyone who's not in the United States, you don't care at all. Or maybe you do.
But
just
we're shoving it down their throats anyway.
Yeah, watch the dumpster fire that is us.
They're getting drunk with us.
Fight each other. It's like watching bum fights.
God damn!
Oh my God.
Also, we're in the past.
Yeah.
So at this point,
We have no fucking clue.
yeah.
I
Hey.
think it takes like weeks to know though, doesn't it?
It could take
Yeah.
like
Another hanging Chad
13
scenario.
days or something. Yeah, or like a recount. I don't fucking know, man. But listen, I hope that when this episode comes out, the world is still standing, and I'm sure that it will be.
Oh yeah, I hope so too. I get alerts through that Nextdoor app.
To see if it's not standing.
Basically, yeah.
Hey guys, is everyone's house on fire? Or is it just mine?
Is it hot in here?
Is it just my neighborhood?
Last night at midnight, somebody was like, "What the fuck is going on at this major cross section?" And somebody replied like, "Well, there's Trump supporters on one side and there's Biden supporters on the other, and they're just yelling at each other." And I'm like, "What? It's just fucking Tuesday. Like, I don't know why are we pinging about this?" Or Monday. I don't know what day it is. I've lost all sense of time, but like, why are you surprised?
Yeah, right.
Oh, God.
It's just people mad at people. Everybody's mad at everybody else.
Right? So, hey, everybody, no matter how anything turns out, just know that we fucking love you.
And also, I hope you voted.
Yeah. Yeah. Go fucking
Yeah.
vote and, shit, which you can't anymore.
Register
so
for
time.
the next one.
Yeah. There's always 4 years from now to save the next dumpster fire.
Exactly.
Assuming we're not all dead from COVID.
Well,
Too soon?
fucking knock on wood.
Right? Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know.
Okay, Erin. So, what episode are we on? What episode is this? Where are we?
113.
113?
Lucky 113.
Oh, Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty, I should have done like a Friday the 13th shit.
Shoulda.
Coulda.
Didn't.
Nope. Not today, not now, not never. All right, so give me your goddamn.
Okay, well, my goddamn is that we have a sump pump in our house.
A sump pump?
Mm-hmm.
A sump pump?
Which, if you're not familiar with what that is, that's when you live below fucking sewage level.
It's got to pump the shit
And it has
Which
to
way?
pump the shit uphill to the sewage line
Yeah.
to then, in my life, take it down the fucking hill to wherever sewage goes. So here's my advice to you. Never invest in a property below the sewage line.
Oh,
'cause
no.
Jesus Christ, this thing is so much fucking work.
Really?
Yeah, it's fickle as hell. And then all
Fickle?
of a sudden...
Did you just use the
It's
word
real
fickle?
fickle. Yeah. You want to know why? Because you just be sitting, having a nice fucking dinner or whatever it is that you're having, and then you'll be like, is that shit?
Oh, no.
Do you just smell shit?
Oh, no.
And it permeates the entire fucking house.
What does that mean?
It means that the sump pump just fucking overflows sometimes.
Ew, where does it go?
It goes all beneath your house. And then the bottom of your house is just covered in shit water.
Oh, my God.
If you want to call it water.
Awful.
Sometimes it's shit sludge.
Oh.
So, luckily for me,
Yeah.
I was at work.
Oh, my God.
And my husband sends me a picture of a pipe that is like fucking broken, as if to say, like, I was trying to unscrew this and then it just cleanly fucking snapped. And
Uh-oh.
I was like, what's that about? What's going
Where
on
does
here?
that go to?
Yeah, what's that go to? Because also, even though I've lived in this house for most of my life, I've still never even seen the sump pump.
Yeah, when you told me when I heard that sound at your house when we used to record, even though I've been to your house a million times and I've never noticed it, but when you record, you pay attention to all sounds around you. And I was like, well, what's that sound? There's a ghost. And you're like, that's a sump pump or something. And I'm like, did you just make that up?
What is that?
Evidently, I've never lived below the sewage line.
Yeah. It's pretty horrible. And
Or the shit level. We'll call it shit level.
Yeah, call it shit level.
Uh-huh.
I always had a dad to be like, hey
Fix
guys,
this.
don't worry about it. I'm going to be the man and take care of the sump pump thing. And so I
Yeah.
was like, cool. And then when he was like, I have to teach a prodigy, he chose my brother to deal with the shit.
We're all fucked.
So, well, no, it's fine because then I didn't have to do it.
Oh, okay.
So
well,
then,
that's nice.
growing up in this household, I still don't even know, honestly, where the fuck it's located. So, and then
You just go be pretty over in that corner.
literally, that's my only job. And then me and Brandon moved in, and he had to learn all about what a sump pump is. He never grew up with one or anything. And so he's like, why would this be a thing
Yeah.
in someone's house? And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it's normal.
Yeah, that's how we get the shit uphill to go back downhill.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
So then my dad kind of taught him a little bit, and then Brandon has watched like YouTube videos and stuff. And
So he's an expert.
Yeah, he gets so fucking frustrated with it because he's like, it smells like shit. And I'm like, better get down there.
I love how your whole family is likely, I'm assuming here, living on top of some raw sewage tonight, and you're just like, I'm going to go record.
I'm gonna go. What else are you supposed to do? I don't know, man.
I don't know, throw some kitty litter on it.
Yeah, right? So today he sent me this picture of this broken pipe, and I was like, what's that? And then he said, well, the sump pump overflowed. And so he went down there, and it overflows because something, a float valve gets stuck. So then you have to unstuck the float valve, kind of
Yeah.
like in a toilet, you know?
That makes sense, yeah.
And then it'll
I've had a
like,
swamp cooler.
yeah, it'll
Same
suction
thing.
all the shit out, literal shit out,
Mhm.
and then it'll be fine. But then for some reason, this lid is like janky, and you have to like lift up this pipe and like really squeeze the lid in to like close it again.
Mm-hmm.
And Brandon is
Uh-oh.
not exactly the most gentle person
Oh,
in the
God.
world. And so when I've heard him go fix the sump pump before and then like just fucking consecutive banging, aggressive banging. And I'm like, wonder what that was. And then he's like, I kicked it a bunch of times. And I'm like, do you think that was helpful? So he was like lifting this pipe thing to squeeze this other lid thing in to get it into the right position or whatever the fuck it is. And he was, I guess, lifting up this pipe thing super fucking aggressively. And it just snapped. It snapped. So he fixed the sump, broke the pipe that takes all the water from the kitchen
Uh-huh.
down into the sump. So now I can't use my kitchen sink or like the
Oh.
laundry or anything else.
Well, hey, it's not poop.
No, it's not
That's
the
a
poop
plus.
line. Yeah, it's good. Except that I apparently don't follow directions because he was like, so don't use the kitchen when you get home. And I was like, no problem. I don't need to do laundry. And you're going to cook dinner. Like, it's
Yeah.
not my problem. And then I got a package. So then I came home and I brought the package inside. And then I went to wash my hands because
I
male
touched-
people have COVID.
He had all of that.
And so I put a bunch of soap in my hands. And then I went to do the like fucking kitchen sink. And he had taped it down.
Oh, he's smart.
Because he
knows
was
you.
like, she's not gonna remember. He had like taped the handle to the faucet, and so I went to like turn it on, and I saw it, and I was like, oh god damn it! And so then I had soap in my hands. And I'm like,
Oh,
well, fuck.
fuck.
And so then I had to go up to the bathroom and wash my hands up there, which is fine. But then later, baby sister was mad about something, and she had a bottle of milk, and it was like, or there was a bottle of milk on the table, but it was from earlier this morning, and she went to grab it,
Oh,
and I was
no.
like, no. And so then
Yeah.
I went and I got it, and then I just poured it down the sink.
Oh, shit.
So I just poured old milk out a pipe somewhere under our house.
I'm sure it's just sitting there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's somewhere in there. And Brandon's just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I don't learn. I don't listen. I don't know, man. You figure it out.
I cannot tell you how many times we've had our water shut off, and I have done the exact same thing. Not because we didn't pay the bill, but just like, services happening or whatever.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, we're going to shut our water off.
Yeah, and they're like, don't flush. And you're like, no problem. And then you go pee and flush, and you're like, how pertinent was that?
Because I definitely forgot, and I went on autopilot back there.
Yeah, and they're like, well, you can flush it one time, but you probably should have saved it for a shit. And you're like, God damn it.
Suddenly I have to shit.
Yeah, exactly. So, Stacey, give me your goddamn.
Oh, I got a doozy for
Ooh,
you.
tell me about it.
I've been holding back all day from telling you this.
I know you keep telling me that you can't wait to tell me, so fucking tell me.
I know. Okay. Well, now I've built it up too much.
Oh, man.
But I think on this podcast, I've mentioned that I've had some weird shit happen in my life, in my house, in my time.
You got a spooky ghost?
I got a spooky ghost.
Oh!
So I think I've mentioned on the podcast before, and if not, I have definitely told you.
Mm-hmm.
But in the past, the recent past, I have had TVs like just turn on in the middle of the night.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and I was actually telling my aunt about this recently because it was literally like I was just sleeping in bed. I woke up to like, and crawling out of bed, the TV turned on its own. And she was like, oh, like, did you have the remote in bed with you or did one of the kids turn it on? And I was like, no. I was literally staring at the TV as I was crawling out of bed, staring at the remote on the dresser.
Yeah, it just fucking
turned
happened.
on. So that was in my son's room. And then another time I woke up in my room and like the cable box was flashing. And it was like, usually it's just like a bright blue light all the time. And it was flashing like orange and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And it was doing like a weird pattern of flashing. It wasn't just like consistent. It was like weird intervals. Also have had weird shit with my son has like a light up toothbrush and that shit has woken me up in the middle of the night, flashing, lighting up the whole goddamn hallway. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I thought the police were here and it was a toothbrush. Okay.
What?
Have I not told you that one either?
No.
Okay, that has like happened multiple times. So my house is fucking haunted, which
Yeah.
I'm all about, just so you know.
Of course.
Like,
yeah.
I am for the haunting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so last night,
Uh-huh.
it's like 9:30, and I'm like, I'm so goddamn tired. I'm going to lay in bed, and I'm going to fucking TikTok for 18 hours, and then I'll fall asleep,
Yeah.
which I always do.
It's the best way to fall asleep.
Exactly. Well, every time Lee comes to bed, I see him like turn out all the lights in the house, and then he comes into the room, and that's when I put the phone down because I'm like, oh shit, it's late. If Lee's coming to bed, it's time for me to go to sleep because I have to get up early, blah, whatever, right? All right, so he does that. I go to bed. I lay down. At like 2 a.m, I wake up because my little dog is yipping to come inside because we put like a little baby gate up to keep him inside.
Inside your room?
Inside my room,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
We put like a little baby gate, but it's like a janky-ass one. We just lean it against there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they like bark at shit all night long. It's annoying. So they got to be in the room with us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the like gate was leaned in a way that the little dog could escape, but he was too afraid to get back in. So Goober's yipping. And so I get up at 2 and I let him in and I lay down, like get everything all set up. I left the gate open because I was like, fuck this shit. This dog can go run. I don't want to hear him bark anymore.
Yeah.
I'm over it. Hashtag done with life. So I lay back down and I'm starting to fall asleep. And I hear in my head, go turn off the light. Like it was like a very loud, very clear. And sometimes that happens to me. And then it's always associated with weird shit. But I was like, you know, whatever. So it kind of like woke me up for a minute. And it made me scared because my son sleeps with like a little push light. It's like a night light or whatever, but it's a battery, like one of those round ones that you push the light itself and it turns it on.
Okay.
Well, it usually hangs on the wall. But he has bunk beds, remember? And he stopped sleeping on the top bunk all of a sudden and started sleeping on the bottom bunk where I don't have a nail. And so I just put it in the bed next to him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, was that a sign that like the fucking kid's bed is going to catch on fire because that little
God.
nightlight is still on? Yeah, that's what I was thinking in the middle of the night. And then I was like, okay, this is like catastrophic thinking. Cool your fucking jets. Go to sleep. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
So I fall asleep again. And then here's the weird fucking part. At 4 o'clock in the morning, I wake up. And I happen to just like look in the hallway and the whole hallway is lit up. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And Lee's computer is in the living room and sometimes it lights up the hallway, but it's definitely a different color than what I was seeing.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe it's the computer. So I got up and I looked down the hallway and it was the motherfucking kitchen lights were on.
What?
On like the switch, like the one you have to flip up switch. It's not like a toy was going off or anything. All the kitchen lights were on. And I was like, what the fuck? And I stood there for a minute and like my heart sank because I was like, somebody's in my house, right?
Yeah.
And so I go over and I wake up Lee and I'm like, did you go turn the kitchen lights on? And he was like, no. And I was like, well, they're on. Will you go look? Like, I don't want to die. Like somebody broke through our super secure security system.
And also they turned on all our lights because they want us to know we're here. But
yeah, okay. 4 a.m. I'm not thinking of that, all right? I just am like, don't want to die tonight.
yeah. Hey,
check
do
it out.
man job.
Yeah. And so I follow him because, you know,
He needs backup.
You
got his
front row
6.
seats. Yeah, I got a 6. So I follow him and he goes in the kitchen and he just turns the light out and then he comes back and I'm like, bro, check the corners.
Yeah,
Like,
you
what's
didn't even
going
look in the
on?
pantry or the fucking laundry room.
No. And he's like, well, I probably got up and turned them on because, you know, he sleepwalks, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I would have woke up because I was barely sleeping as it was and I did not feel you get out of this bed.
Yeah.
I wake up anytime. I'm the lightest sleeper in the whole entire world.
Yeah.
And he was just kind of like, whatever. And then he lays down and he's instantly snoring. And
Oh my
I'm laying
God,
there.
That's so frustrating.
I know. I'm laying there and I'm
And
like,
you're like, now the murderer's in the dark.
for sure, like opening my eyes every 5 seconds, like,
Yeah.
is it over me and going to kill me? Oh my God. Okay. So eventually I fall asleep. Okay. For the record, there's a handful of things it could have been.
Okay.
And in the morning, Lee and I start talking about it. Because he had totally, like, whatever. He was over it. And I was like, we need to sit down and have a discussion.
Yeah.
Because this blew my fucking mind. And it could either have been he didn't turn the lights off when he went to bed. He's like, I probably just forgot. And I said, no, because I distinctly remember seeing you turn the lights off. And that was my signal to like, oh, turn my phone off because we're going to bed now. Not like I was doing anything weird. It was just, oh, bedtime, right?
Yeah.
And so, and I remember that. Like it happened.
Yeah.
I didn't make that shit up. It was an event in my head that I noted for some odd fucking reason, probably because there's a ghost signaling me through the lights. And so I'm like, that's definitely not it. And also, the dog, Goober, at 2 o'clock in the morning had cried to get in. I would have definitely noticed then that the kitchen lights were on.
Yeah, because you would have been like, why is he out there? Oh, there's someone in our house. That's why.
Exactly. And I was laying in bed for a while thinking, oh my God, I need to turn out the nightlight. So I was looking down the hallway and seeing only the nightlight was lighting up my son's room.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and the night with the kitchen light on, it doesn't light up, the nightlight doesn't light up the hallway. Like, it's not strong enough, you know?
Yeah. Or you would just fucking notice the kitchen light.
Exactly. So the kitchen light was not on before 2 o'clock. So then the only other thing, which is probably the most logical thing that could have happened, is either Lee got up and he turned the light on and he was sleepwalking and I was asleep for it and I just didn't notice it.
Mm-hmm.
Or my son got up and went in the kitchen and turned the light on, although I asked him and he was like, no, I didn't do that. Like, he would say, like, yeah, I turned it on because I was afraid. And if he ever gets up and turns on any lights, it's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
He never goes into the kitchen. That's a fucking scary-ass journey in the dark, even
Yeah.
for an adult. Or I have a ghost turning lights on in my house.
I think it's probably the ghost.
I fucking think so, too. Or I have an electrical short or some shit. But the light switch was up. It's not like the light was turned on and the switch was down or something, you know?
Yeah. Ooh,
What the
that's
fuck?
Spooky.
Isn't it spooky?
Yeah.
But also I'm like, ooh, kind of cool.
Ooh, maybe it's a ghost.
But I for sure was like, somebody is in this house going to kill me. And it took me forever to fall asleep. And then I'm like, okay, first of all, they'd have to, 1, get through security system without me knowing. 2, the dogs would have like had to sleep through that. And they can't even sleep through a goddamn cat walking out front without losing their goddamn mind.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
why I have them in the goddamn room.
Yeah. They would have definitely known if someone was in your house.
Yeah. And 3, who's going to break into your house and turn the light on and leave?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Nobody's
that's like
gonna,
the dumbest thing.
Well, nobody's going to break in and be like, oh man, I'm just so hungry. Here's
Yeah.
their kitchen. And then, like, I don't know, make themselves a sandwich.
Yeah.
And then, like, oh shit, someone's coming.
Yeah.
Hide. You turn off the light. They're like, I'm just going to excuse myself.
Yeah, shouldn't have turned on that light.
Yeah.
Didn't know anybody was home in the middle of the night sleeping.
Yeah. I didn't know anyone was home with these 2 cars in the garage.
Oh my God, so I got a
Or
ghost,
not
guys.
garage, but whatever the fuck you have.
Yeah,
Driveway.
don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, you do have a ghost.
Isn't that crazy? And I was just talking about it and it happened.
Oof.
For the record, too, not to make this super weird, but for some reason, I went down this whole rabbit hole because you can like read people's experiences before they die.
I
I know. I know. So, not before they die, but like people, well, yeah, people who have died, that I said that really weird, but people who have died but come back to life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I don't think.
How would you do that?
What are you blogging on the way out?
It hurts.
Yeah.
No. I said that really weird. I have no idea. I'm just so excited to tell you all this shit. So I was spending like all this time reading all about people who have like survived death and like their experiences and shit.
Yeah.
And for the record, there's a wide variety. Some people are like, nothing happens. And then other people are like, it's the most glorious thing I've ever seen. So I was going down that rabbit hole and then I'm like, motherfucker, come and turn my light on. What
Did you
are they trying
say
to tell
that?
me? Did I say that?
I thought you were
well.
saying, like,
Oh, did I tell
motherfucker, come and
ghosts
turn my light
to
on.
turn my light on?
Like, yeah, to be like, this is my sign, turn my light on. I was like, you should have led with that.
Yeah.
And then
It's
it happened.
definitely a ghost. Nah, I didn't say any of that shit. I was just like, wow, super spooky. And
So
then
spooker.
Lee was coming to bed, and I was like, I should go to bed too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I like how our goddams are probably longer than my story today.
Oh, no.
But I just really couldn't wait to tell you that shit.
Oh, that's exciting.
Well, and it's like shook me all day. I'm like, for sure it was a ghost.
yeah.
Which there's so many other logical explanations, but whatever.
Or
It was a ghost.
it was a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
It's Moose Man.
Aww.
Moostaf the Goose Cat. Moostaf the Ghost Cat. Gustav the Moose Man.
You got it. One of those. He's one of those.
Mr. Mouser. Turning
Hey,
on
Goose,
lights.
If you're here, can you turn the lights off?
Don't do that right now. I'm so spooked.
Ugh, I feel like I heard a meow in my ear.
Shut up.
Okay, if you listen back and you hear meow, you're going to be like, that's so spooky.
I don't want to cry again. Sorry about last time,
Oh,
guys.
man, that's tough.
I
Yeah,
know.
sorry I prompted those questions. That was stupid of me.
This is an Oscar-worthy performance. Fucking sump pumps and ghosts, man.
Yeah, I wish that were the name of the episode. Well, on that note, all right.
Okay.
Are you ready for the shit?
I'm so ready.
Okay, today I'm going to tell you about Katarzyna Zawada. Do you think I nailed it?
I feel like you did.
Okay.
You said it with a lot of confidence and soul.
Yeah. If I just yell it, it
Yeah.
works every time. All right. So in 1998, Katarzyna Zawada.
Can we call her Kat or Jazina?
Yeah, we could do that. It's like Katarzyna. Katarzyna?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's Polish, for the
Oh,
record.
is it just Katarina?
I looked it up and it says Katarzyna. Like, that's how they say it. Like, I did the
Oh.
pronunciation
Yeah.
thing. I said
Okay, then fuck, I believe you.
Katarzyna.
Katarzina.
Katarzyna. But we can call her Kat if you want to.
Yeah, let's call it Kat.
Okay. Hopefully that's not disrespectful. I'm sure everybody called her Kat.
Kitty cat.
We're on first name basis, Kat. Katarzyna
Or we can call her Xena if you want to.
Zawada.
She was a warrior princess.
Zawada. We'll call her Kat. That'll help me a lot. And
Yeah.
hopefully nobody will find that offensive. And if so, you're at the wrong fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Because she was
I
a
feel
dog.
like we should call her Xena.
You want Xena?
I want Xena.
All right. I hope Katarzyna is cool with that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we can go with Kat.
I'm
Just
just
do
Jesus
what
Christ,
your
make
heart
up your
tells you.
mind.
Do what your heart tells you.
What do you want?
All right, Ryan Gosling, calm down.
You're supposed to say it's not that easy.
This is why I'm not in a romantic comedy, though, is because I would never answer the appropriate way.
You just tell me to calm down.
Fucking cool it. Don't yell at me.
That wouldn't be very damsel in distress like of you.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't.
Oh, God. Okay, anyway. So we're going with Xena?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a warrior princess.
I like it.
Okay.
So Xena, or
Mhm.
Katarzyna, was a 23-year-old woman who lived in Krakow, Poland.
Okay.
She was attending school at university,
Mm-hmm.
which I wrote down, but I did not even attempt to know how to say this one. So,
Mhm.
but it looks like Jagiellonian. Jagiellonian?
Yeah, I feel like you crushed it.
Jagiellonian.
Mhm.
It definitely starts with a J, but I feel like it's a yeg sound, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Jagiellonian. Goddamn. Did I crush it?
Yeah, I feel like you did.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure that was the name of the university. Everybody's gonna be like, it's literally Jagiellonian.
I believe they were juggalos.
They were down with ICP.
Mm-hmm. They
Okay.
were the juggalos, the fighting juggalos.
Yeah, sounds true. Oh my
Sounds
God.
fierce.
All right, so Xena was attending university and she was studying religious studies.
Okay. As a juggalo, I'm surprised they have that,
That is
major.
pretty shocking. She was not a juggalo.
Oh,
She was a juggalette.
it's true.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, God damn it. This is a doozy of a offensive one, huh?
Yeah, they all are. I don't
That's
know
fair.
if you're just tuning in now. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about it.
We are usually this dumb.
Yeah. Oh, certainly. Xena lived at home with her mom, and she was known as kind of somewhat as a loner because she was really quiet and shy, and she kept to herself.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't really have many friends or partake in many.
Extracurricular activities.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of it all, she was actually suffering from depression.
Oh, that sucks.
I know. Oh, I didn't write this, but I had learned that her father passed away when she was young, and it was shortly after her father passed away that she started suffering from depression.
Yeah, that'll do
Fucking
it.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Mhm.
When she was younger, she had actually attempted suicide, but she survived her attempt. And
oh, fuck, that sucks.
right?
I mean, not that she survived that part. of the
okay,
day.
yeah. Wow. Bad timing, Erin. Way to go. Jesus Christ.
Oh, man, try harder next time.
No, don't do it. Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
I know you are.
It was bad timing. I meant it sucks that she attempted suicide.
Yeah, that's just
Jesus.
rough.
Guys, I'm not that insensitive.
Right. Okay, so after this suicide attempt, her mom was like, yo, you need professional help.
Mm-hmm.
And so she encouraged her to go seek a psychiatrist
Okay.
to help treat her for her severe depression.
Good.
On November 12th, 1998, Xena,
Mm-hmm.
caught me off guard.
Warrior princess.
Yeah, our warrior princess. She was scheduled for a doctor's appointment with her psychiatrist, and she was to meet her mother at the appointment. However, her appointment time came and went, and Katarzyna never showed up. Not good.
Okay.
Her mother immediately knew something was wrong, and she suspected that maybe Xena had harmed herself in some way. And so she called the police to report her missing. She was like, oh shit, she's got a history. Help me find my daughter.
Yeah, this isn't good.
Not good. The police helped search high and low for her, but they come up short, and there were very few clues suggesting where she could have gone because, remember, like I said, it's not like she had a ton of friends or anything, so everybody was just like, no, haven't seen her.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck? She literally just upped and vanished. Now, it sounds kind of like maybe they didn't take it as seriously because she had a history of depression and, mental health issues. So it sounds kind of like the police weren't, like, on top of it because they were encouraging her mom to kind of wait. Like, well, let's just wait and see what happens.
I feel like that's the appropriate type of person to be like, oh, this is serious.
Yeah, we should go help and figure it out.
Oh, she has a history of depression and, like, I don't know, attempting suicide and stuff. Let's fucking see if we can find her. Not like, well,
You would
let's see
think.
if she actually does it.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, I know.
That's the wrong answer.
For the record, I should have started this whole story off with, I read this story a while ago. Like when we first started this podcast even, I was going to do the story. But there was literally like less than a paragraph of information. And now it's been a few years and a few people have blogged on it. And so I had to piece all of this information together from a bunch of different blogs. And like I had a couple articles that I could Google Translate and it basically said everything the blogs were saying. But it's hard to tell what is definite truth and what is kind of like lost in translation or anything. So if anybody hears parts of the story and they're like, that's wrong, that didn't happen, whatever, by all means, please don't be offended. I did my very best. And you can dig through the sources.
You translate that shit. It's hard.
Because, wow. So, like, one article mentions, like, oh, they didn't really look for her because there was mental health issues. And I don't want somebody to be offended because that's just what I read.
Yeah.
And I read it on the internet, so it has to be true, right?
Most things are.
Right? All right. So they search high and low and middle grounds. They don't find her.
Okay. She gone.
Then, 2 months later, on January 7th, 1999, so we're into the new year, there was this barge pusher boat on the River Vistula. Don't you do it.
I don't have anything to do.
I feel like you're just giggling at barge pusher.
I was.
I know you were.
The fuck is a barge pusher?
It pushes barge. It's like a tugboat, a giant tugboat.
Okay.
Okay, so there's like a tugboat.
Yeah. A big old tugboat. Barge pushing.
That pushes barges.
Okay.
And
down on the river Styx.
Yeah, and they had a little bit of a maintenance issue.
Okay.
And so it seemed that there had been something caught in the propellers.
Oh, is that how it seemed?
And that is what it has seemed. And so somebody from the crew was like, I'll go check it out. Don't worry about it. So he, I'm assuming it's a he, gets down and lifts the hatch. And soon that crew member starts to realize that there's a strange sack-like material that's wrapped around the propeller. And that's what's causing the issue. But as he looks closer, he's like, what the fuck am I looking at? Like, he was expecting to see a tire or some branches or something.
Yeah.
But that's not what he was seeing. He was seeing something that was pale and slick looking.
Ew.
And he noticed that there was a super bad odor coming from it.
Not great.
As they pull out this material, they realize that there's a human ear attached
Just the ear?
to the mast. Just the ear. And they quickly identified this mysterious material as human skin.
Oh!
Along...
What gave it away? The ear?
yeah. That looks like skin.
Hey, guys. I think that's a human ear.
Good God.
Ugh.
Yeah, that looks very human-like.
Ugh.
Okay, along with the skin, there were like chunks of what appeared to be a sweater.
Okay.
Obviously, the authorities were called. And the skin was sent to forensics for DNA testing. It came back as positively identified as human skin. And further DNA testing confirmed that it belonged to Katarzyna. So it's Xena skin.
You're saying that there was skin found. Were there also bones found?
Oh, I'm going to tell you.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm going to tell you.
They just found a fucking skin suit? You don't just skin a person, make a skin suit, and then dump it.
Oh, I'm going to tell you.
Oh, I'm so confused, grossed out, / I don't know.
Intrigued?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like this morbid curiosity.
Yeah.
Have you not heard this case?
No.
Wow.
You know, my cousin
so
was a
glad I did
tugboat
it.
operator, and he's seen some shit, too. I feel like...
Bodies?
Yeah.
What? Ross?
I mean, yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Why
but
would you lead with this so that I could ask him all these questions?
Super interesting. You should have him tell you the story one day.
I will.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah.
Oh. All right. So now they're like, okay, this is Katarzyna's skin, right?
Yeah.
Forensic analysis determined that the skin was in the water for 2 to 3 weeks prior to being discovered.
Ooh.
So she had been missing for 2 months.
Ooh.
So she wasn't in the water
the entire time.
the entire time. Also, it was determined that the skin had been carefully removed between her thighs and her neck.
Mm.
So like her whole torso.
Mm-mm.
And I want you to think of like a onesie full piece swimsuit cut. Because that's what this was. So like carefully removed from the thighs, you're thinking like shorts. Nope. It's cut like a bathing suit. So like her genitals were there. And then like it was cut up around like her hips, like you're wearing a swimsuit.
Like a one piece, like a
Yeah.
modern day woman's one piece.
Swimsuit. Yes.
Okay.
Where her nipples had once been had been cut out. No skin from her face or arms were left except for the left ear. Like it was cut up over the left ear.
Okay.
There was also this cut that went through her skin from under her right breast across the chest that ended like across her left shoulder.
Okay.
So I'll post a picture of a drawing of the skin. And yes, you can see the skin if you want to. I will not post that picture just because I feel like it's a little disrespectful.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, but I did see it.
Uh-huh. I want to.
It wasn't clear if she was alive or dead when her skin had been removed.
No.
But some sources suggest that she was tortured prior to her death.
Oh my God.
And the creepy part
is not that she had her fucking skin removed?
I meant to say the creepiest part of all of this, because that is pretty creepy, is that it appears that her murderer had worn the skin suit.
What?
Like it was removed and it was sewn up to be a suit. And it was like treated, right? Because that was in the water for 2 to 3 weeks and it wasn't rotten.
What?
Like tanned or whatever, you know? Like somebody made a skin suit.
What?
Yeah. And wore it.
Oh my God.
What the fuck, right?
Oh my God. Well, okay.
Yeah.
You just go through all the trouble of fucking making a skin suit. And you just dump it?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure that there was a reason that they had to dump it. But if you hold on to that note, we'll keep going.
Okay. I don't like it.
Yeah. Can you imagine just going to the hatch like, oh, gonna pull some branches out. What the fuck is this slimy thing?
That
it has
so
an ear.
Fucking gross.
And it's just a suit that somebody sewed up. And then I think,
was her face on it?
No, it was just like her ear. So it literally was like almost like a turtleneck, like a onesie swimsuit turtleneck kind of thing. And then the ear was on it.
What kind of sleeves were on it?
Like a short sleeve shirt sleeves.
Okay.
And then, so I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, because it's never really explained, but remember how I said there was a cut that went under her right breast and then across her chest over to her shoulder? That's probably the way that the person got into the suit, right? Because there's no way to climb in without a bigger cut, unless it was sliced down the back, but it wasn't explained that it was sliced down the back. So then I was like, why would somebody pick that spot? Like if you're going to make a skin suit, you would want to try to keep the front nice, right?
Yeah, you want the seam in the back.
But Jesus Christ, I can't believe we're talking about this. But I'm wondering if maybe the way that she was killed, he was like, well, I already have injury wounds to the skin here. I'll just connect them and use it as my entry point.
Was there like a zipper?
No, but it was like, some articles said like sewn, but I don't know how, and I didn't really see
How do you, because
sewing.
I don't see someone being able to get into that, because I can't imagine a skin suit is stretchy.
Well, I mean, it was very, like, it looked pretty manipulative. Like, you could stretch it from the pictures because it was so wet. Like, I don't know.
Unless,
like,
I don't know.
It looked like almost like a wetsuit, but like a slippery wetsuit. Looks like fucking baloney. Like, that's really bad to say, but it's weird.
Oh my God, can you imagine being her mother?
No! Dear God, no. Oh my God, that's the worst.
Oh, that makes my heart so sad.
I know. So, like I was saying, they were like, oh shit, somebody wore her skin. We got a fucking problem.
How do they know that? Like other skin inside the skin?
I'm pretty sure it's because they found like
pubes.
Was
he wearing it naked?
I don't know. So they don't, again, like I said, the sources are hard to tell. Like it's hard, like in translation. And also some of the information is closely guarded information that they don't like publicize.
No, because
Yeah.
that tells me they didn't find the person.
So you will just have to see. But they knew that this was fashioned into a suit. Like somebody made this to wear.
Calling all the fucking tailors in Poland.
Yeah.
You need to come up and stand trial for this shit.
All right. Okay. Let me tell you.
Okay.
All right. Obviously, an investigation is launched, right? Because they're like, who the fuck just did this?
Well, I should hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, guys, we have a fucking cobbler on the loose.
Cobbler.
Because cobblers make shoes.
Just can fucking skin shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, she didn't have many friends, so there really weren't that many leads to go off of. And they're wondering, like, where the rest of her is?
Yeah. I think a lot of people are wondering.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? 2 weeks into the investigation, on January 14th, her right leg was captured in a trap to a hydroelectric dam.
The fuck?
I know. In that
okay.
same river.
Okay.
Okay, Susan.
Oh, okay, Stacy.
And also, there were pieces of her clothing that were recovered, like chunks of jeans. And they also found this flannel shirt with a square cut out of it that was recovered.
Okay. Where was the square?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's so frustrating. You can't get all the information.
Mm-hmm.
Police suspect a Silence of the Lambs kind of copycat killer.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, it puts the lotion on its skin,
Mhm.
like Ed Gein bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like,
Would you fuck me?
Yeah, I'd fuck me. Oh my God. Okay, so they're like, dude, we got to catch this person because they're going to murder again, right? Like, I'm sure this is a serial event. You don't just like wear a skin suit and then be like, ha, did that. Check it off the bucket list.
Glad I did that.
Yeah, especially if they had to get rid of it. They're like, fuck, they're in the market, you know?
Yeah, they're in the market. Maybe they're looking for a different color. Maybe they're looking for a different size.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Maybe all of those things.
Maybe they were like, this one doesn't go with my complexion.
Do you think that in their pursuit, they were like, that person would never fit in her skin? Not that person. Next person. Like you gotta consider
I think it
size.
depends on how this thing was sewn up / attached / if it really was like you have to get in through the front. Because I feel like if you had to get in through this front gash thing,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be like a small person. And then what if they're like, this skin suit's very baggy on me? Do you think it has
Very underwhelming.
it has to be a man, right?
Oh.
It's got to be like a man that wants to be a woman. I mean, if they kept the genitalia and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And cut out the nipples.
What if they put their own nipples through it? Like when they wore it without a t-shirt on underneath, obviously. And like in like a
You
mask.
said that with so much confidence. Like I solved the riddle. Like you put the last fucking puzzle piece in.
I didn't consider it before, but you know, like with masks and
Me
they make the
neither.
little slits for the eyes and you try and make your eyes the eyes of the mask. They were doing that for the nipples though.
Yeah, to make it more lifelike or something. Maybe
Oh.
nipples are hard to like cut off.
No,
though.
it's got to be like a sexy thing.
I think nipples are hard to cut off.
No, I
You don't think
nipples
so?
are easy to cut off.
Like, and to stay attached to your skin?
yeah.
Okay, I don't know why you know so much about this.
I don't. I'm just assuming. I think it would be the same. Like it'd be the same thing as the rest
Maybe
of the
because
skin.
the nipples are a different kind of skin material. It doesn't like tan as well, you know? Or like when you turn it into hide, whatever you
Yeah,
gotta do to treat
yeah.
it.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Maybe there's a lot of connectors to nipples, like women's nipples.
Yeah. Shit, man. I don't know. But for
We've
whatever
said
reason, this
nipple too
person
much.
cut out the nipples and put their nipples through it.
You remember in the Bodies Museum how all the nipples were left on, even
Yeah.
if it was skinned?
Were they?
Yeah.
Maybe this is some like deep seated shit that I was holding on to in my brain because I was just like, oh yeah, nipples have to be hard to dissect off. Like, yeah, that wouldn't stay on a skin suit. I don't know how you keep fucking labia on there. I don't even know how labia were on there.
I don't know how you keep genitalia on there. That seems like the really hard part. So then I would think that if you could keep that on there, that nipples could be easy enough. But I remember
You're
when we
probably
went to the freaking Bodies Museum, everything that was skinned had the nipples still on it and there was no skin on it. And so I would
Good
think
point.
that if you were skinning it and just wanted to get all the skin off, you get the nipple off too. But
Oh no.
maybe it was just at the Bodies Museum because then they're like, and also this is where the nipple goes.
I think they wanted their nipples in there. But then it'd be all saggy. Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah, like unless they pressed it up. Oh, what if they stuffed it? Okay, anyway, go on.
We've gone too far. Okay. So they're like, we've got like a serial killer on our hand for sure.
Yeah.
Just the one hand. Because they're in the market for another skin suit.
Uh-huh.
And they were right, sort of.
Oh, no.
On May 31st, that same year,
Mm-hmm.
the police get a call from an elderly man who says that there's a dead body in his basement.
Sir?
Yeah, and that he believes that his grandson is the murderer. So the police are like, well, let's just stop in,
Mm-hmm.
see what's going on over here.
Yeah.
So they arrive, and when they do, they walk into a horrific crime scene. In the basement, they find a man who turns out to be the older man who called. It's his adult son.
Okay.
They find him hanging upside down from the ceiling, and he was beheaded. In the basement, they found the skin from the man's head and face, which had been carefully removed and sewn into a motherfucking mask.
Hold the fuck on. Okay, wait.
I won't.
Who is dead? The son?
The son of the old man. Okay, so the old man calls. And
Old
he's
man
like,
calls. He's like, my grandson is a murderer.
Yes, and there's a dead person in my basement, and that dead person
Is
was his son. But I don't think the old man knew yet. He was just like, I found a dead man in my basement because the dude was missing his head.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Is the son the grandson's dad?
Is the son...
Is the son of the old man the dead person?
Oh, yeah.
The grandson's dad.
Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't figure that out. Yeah, like the son allegedly murdered his dad, and his dad's dad,
Mm-hmm.
the grandfather, found him hanging
Jesus.
from the ceiling upside down without a head. And his fucking face had been made into a mask.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. So the suspected killer was the dead man's son, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
who was a Russian immigrant by the name of Vladimir W.
Oh, fuck, it's Dracula.
Yep, it's Dracula. After investigations, Vladimir confessed that he had an intense hatred for his father
Okay.
because he had divorced his mother, and they lived in Russia when he was like all a happy family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so his father divorces the mother and forces the son to move to Poland with his grandfather, so the like dad's dad,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of left his mom stranded, and he had to start this whole new life over again. So he was fucking pissed at his dad.
Okay.
So he decided to kill him, and then he wore his dad's face around the house while he was in his father's clothes, pretending to be his dad in front of his grandfather, who had bad eyesight.
I've heard that part
What?
before.
The fuck?
Oh my God. Okay, I've heard that part before because that's fucked up and fucking terrifying. Could you imagine
No,
being that grandpa?
no. You sound funny today.
Yeah, why do you sound youthful?
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Oh my God, that's horrifying.
Right? Okay. So he was arrested.
Oh, you don't say.
And he was sentenced to 25 years in a Russian prison.
Excuse me?
25 years.
Does
It's
that
probably
equ-
like 25 to life or some shit. I don't
Okay,
know.
I was like, does that equivalent?
Equivalent.
Does that equal fucking a lifetime in the U.S. because it's a Russian prison, so they're like scarier or something?
Yeah, probably. Maybe. No, remember what I said about that like translation thing.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a lot of this information from blogs. So, okay, so 25 years in a Russian prison.
Okay.
He never confessed to the murder of Katarzyna,
Mm-hmm.
but we've got some similarities, right?
Yeah, but he had a reason for killing his dad.
Yeah, like what would be your reason for other
For-
than you just like skin suits?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, like, you kill your dad and then you wore his mask around because for whatever reason in your head, like, you wanted to be your dad to your grandpa for some fucked up reason. But, like, why would you then? There's no correlation to wearing a woman's skin suit.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
like it.
true. Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, that's similar.
That's suspicious.
Yeah, it is. So there's another possible suspect.
Mm-hmm.
A totally normal man identified as Jan N., who lived in Krakow.
Is it Jan?
Maybe. Like John. But Jan. He lived a normal life with a wife and son, and one day in 1983, he fucking snapped, and he decided to murder his family,
Mm-hmm.
and he skinned them.
Mm.
He attempted to dispose of their bodies by chopping them up and throwing them in the Vistula River.
Mm-hmm.
But he was caught before he could carry out the full cover-up, and he was committed to a mental institution. But due to his poor physical health, he was granted parole, and he was out at the time of Katarzyna's death, right? But police determined that he couldn't have really committed the crime because of his poor health. They're like, he's not likely to have killed somebody and then skinned them into an expert suit because he's not doing so well. I don't know what kind of health he was in, but it just said poor.
Mm-mm.
All right?
Okay. What's up with everybody skinning everybody?
What the fuck, bro?
Is that just
Stop
a
it.
thing? Do people need more layers?
Stop
Is it
it.
cold there?
Jesus Christ, give a hug. Great message, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another suspect is one of Zena's male friends,
Mm-hmm.
which she had a friend, and he was a male.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they both shared a love for the Grateful Dead, and prior to her death, she had been skipping class a lot. Like the 2 weeks prior to her death, she just wasn't going to class. And the day she went missing, she didn't go to school, which suggests a possible secret relationship or something, right?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. That's what everybody was saying. I'm sure there was more. But this man had an alibi for his whereabouts at the time that she had gone missing.
Uh-huh.
And so I guess he's no fucking longer a suspect.
Okay. Why do they suspect him? Just because he may or may not have been her secret
Last
boyfriend?
contact, yeah. Like you might have been the last person to see her alive and you're lying to us. What'd you do to her? Why'd you wear her skin? I'd make a great police officer.
You would.
Okay. But there is a main person of interest.
Okay.
And his name is Robert J. Not sure if that's his real name.
Okay. Bobby J.
Yeah, but Robert J. He was an odd man.
Mm-hmm.
And he had supposedly been in the military where, while he was in service, he worked in the morgue.
Okay.
Additionally, he worked at the Krakow Institute of Zoology, where he learned about animal skinning techniques.
Mm-hmm.
However, he was eventually fired from the Institute of Zoology because he kept torturing the animals.
No, why? What the fuck?
Because he's an asshat. And one day he just killed all the fucking rabbits and they were like, bro, you gotta go. We needed those rabbits.
What the
Yes.
hell?
So he got fired. He's crazy.
Why'd you get fired? Well, I
Killed a lot of rabbits at the Zoology Institute.
got rid of my own job by getting rid of the thing that I needed to take care of.
For. Yeah. He had a history of harassing women
Mm.
and he took up a peculiar interest in Katarzyna's murder.
Mm-hmm.
Investigators even found a journal entry in his diary, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, referencing the case, and he was seen visiting her fucking grave. So they were like,
Okay.
you're pretty suspicious, buddy.
Yeah, he seems like a weirdo. But did he have any access to her that we know of? Was he like in the area? Does he have an alibi? We don't know any of that. I mean, they probably do.
Okay, so here is something that's a little confusing to me, and I don't want to like send out the wrong information, but it could, like, I could be mixing people up and shit because it was really hard to follow a lot of the shit.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that this guy actually went to the same college as
Oh.
our Xena girl, and I think he was studying the same thing, so they could have had some courses, you know,
Yeah.
like some of the similar courses. But
Or he could have just seen her on campus, I guess.
Yeah. But he denied knowing her at all. He was like, I don't fucking know who you're talking about. Also, I'm just going to go to her grave real quick.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, right?
Because I could see myself taking an interest in a person's murder case if they were skinned and I went to the same college as them.
Yeah, right.
But I don't think I would go to their grave. Because, like,
No.
what is there for me there?
Yeah.
You know? Like,
No.
there's nothing.
That's somebody like revisiting.
Yeah, that's
some
weird.
shit.
That's like, that's stepping
that
into their
case.
personal, like, just
Yeah.
back off.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Okay, but eventually the police, they never find enough evidence to actually arrest Robert or anything. So the case just kind of goes cold and the investigation, like, you know, slowed down a bunch. And investigators would look at the case whenever they had time, but it wasn't like a main open case. It wasn't closed or anything, but it was just kind of like, oh, when we get spare time, look into that shit.
When we get spare time, we'll find the killer,
killer?
that fucking skinned a woman
That
and
we're
wore her
worried.
skin suit.
We'll strike again. Yeah.
That seems like it should be fucking priority number one.
Yeah. Public enemy number one, dude, who
Yeah.
wears suits.
Smokey the Bear says it's on red for fire danger.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so in 2000, another person's biological matter was found on her skin.
Biological matter.
I know. And so I'm thinking it can't be DNA, right? Because it's been in the water for 2 to 3 weeks.
Well, what the fuck is biological matter? Like other
Hair?
skin?
I'm guessing hair or maybe a chunk of skin, but I was thinking hair.
Jizz?
Does jizz last in water that long? I mean, this suit was
I don't
wet.
know.
I can't call it suit.
Sometimes
The
you can
skin
take a
was wet.
shower, and if you don't scrub that shit, it's still on
And
there.
you put on like a silky top on top, and you're
Yeah,
like,
and why
do
is
I
it
have
scratchy?
rice on my shirt? On my belly?
So I could see maybe,
Maybe. Yeah.
as long as it's not like going through the spin cycle.
Well, it technically did in that fucking propeller.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
Literally.
I don't know exactly what it is. I'm guessing a hair, but also you're in a fucking lake or river or whatever. Like, how can you not be totally contaminated
By
don't know.
other people's
Yeah.
possible DNA matter?
And also, like I keep saying, translation of articles and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what biological matter means.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay. Did they identify the other person? This biological matter?
Well, no,
as,
they
like,
said
fucking...
They said that they tested the suspects and that they all came back negative. So they were like, we don't have our guy.
But it also could be a contaminated thing, I would think.
Yeah. But no articles or anything explain it. They were just like, they found some fucking somebody else's biological matter on the suit.
Maybe it
skin
was
suit.
like sewn in, you know?
Yeah, like their nipple. Just patchworked in there.
Well, I mean, like, if they sewed this suit up,
Gotcha.
maybe they accidentally sewn a hair in. Like, I
Yeah.
always crochet my dog's hair into
For sure.
fucking work.
I want to go back and look at the pictures now because I remember hearing like it was like sewed together. It was definitely fucking expertly done. Like you and I couldn't just go do this shit the way it was done.
I don't know. We made Capri-Sun purses.
That's true. But
Shit
I
was
don't
pretty
remember seeing any
professional.
actual sewed shit, Shit sewed together.
Well, nobody
Sewn.
wants to take pictures of the seams.
That's the ugly part.
You always hide that in the back.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go back and look,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately. But anyway, okay. So nothing happens for a couple years. And then in 2012, her case was re-examined and her remains were fucking exhumed, which is
Oh,
just her
shit.
skin. Like, we still don't have anything else, just her skin and her leg.
Oh, my God.
That's all we have. Okay, so they exhume her skin and leg and they find traces of a rare species of plant that they're hoping, and it was like found on her sweater. I guess they buried her sweater chunks with her too.
Mm-hmm.
And they're hoping that this can pinpoint to a direct location of where the crime actually occurred because
Yeah.
it's so unique. So, there's that. They were also able to create a 3D model of her injuries inflicted to her based off of her skin. And they determined that she had been stabbed with a sharp tool in her neck, armpit, and groin
Ugh.
to inflict pain and to cause her to bleed to death.
Oh, my God.
So that's why I was kind of thinking, like, the armpit and the neck, like, maybe that's why the cut goes from, like, the under the right breast up through the neck. Like, he just connected those two.
Yeah.
Okay. What is crazy interesting is that there was this, like, Portuguese specialist in forensic, and he was called in and he looked at the form of torture that was inflicted on her, which, again, I don't know anymore other than she was stabbed in those 3 locations.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, she for sure was tortured before she died. And he determined that the murderer was likely trained in martial arts, but it was a specific martial arts that was undisclosed. I'm like, why? Like, what was she stabbed with? Was it a katana? Like, I have so many questions.
Is it a katana?
Katana?
It's just the board game.
Settlers.
I'm thinking maybe it's like a certain way that they punch or something. Like if they were to do like jabs or like upside down hand punch or like knuckle punch. I don't know. Something like that.
I don't know
'Cause
either.
There's different like forms that they use, like
yeah.
to
Isn't that
do
crazy?
something.
Just from skin. They were like,
That's pretty horrifying. I'm real concerned about the being stabbed in the neck and the armpit and the groin because those are like arteries and shit.
yeah, that's
And
how she died.
They were like, you don't know and I don't know, but what if she was like hung up to bleed out?
I'm sure. Yeah,
That's terrifying.
I know.
I would look at people with like, I don't know, fucking big game experience. Like hunting.
Oh, exactly. They were like, okay, somebody has to have like taxidermy experience or something, right? To be able to remove the skin. Also, they have
to know how
this-
to get the blood out too. Like
yeah, to know where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then they had this fucking special area training in martial arts. Like, that's insane. Like, they're starting to figure out some like key points here in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Then on October 4th, 2017, 19 years after her death, 52-year-old Robert J. was arrested and charged with aggravated murder of Katarzyna.
Really?
Yes. Okay, so this motherfucker,
Okay.
like I said, worked in a morgue.
Mm-hmm.
He worked as a fucking zoologist. He had taxidermy experience.
Mm-hmm.
He knew how to skin an animal.
Mm-hmm.
And he was trained in some fucking martial arts. I don't know what it was. Like, it's never explained. And a lot of the details are held close because of the trial and everything. Like, they won't let the public know a lot of stuff. But the fuck.
Oh my God.
This motherfucker was interviewed and got away. So here's my theory. I still have more to tell you, but here's my quick theory before I forget.
Okay.
Is that the reason he got rid of the skin suit is because they were questioning him. And he was like, fuck, I have to get rid of this evidence. And so he just threw her body into the river and we only recovered the leg and then obviously her skin.
But weren't they questioning him after they found the body?
That's true, but maybe, I don't know the timeline, but that's a very good point. But what if maybe he was questioned just about her disappearance, or it started to get a little like, you know, people started to like poke around and he was like, fuck, I got to get rid of this.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe maybe it wasn't treated right. I don't know. But the skin
Ew.
is not like decomposing in the pictures.
That's
so I don't know
terrifying.
what the fuck, how it's treated or anything. I was thinking that's why he had to get rid of it, but you're right. I don't know. Anyway, okay. So the police come, they arrest him, right? And they search his apartment on suspicion and they find evidence of blood in his bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Investigators took out the tub and the frame of the bathroom to test for blood, which leads to his like actual arrest. Because now they're like, gotcha, fucker. And I'm
Yeah.
assuming they found her blood. Nothing ever confirms like, oh, it was her blood. They're just like, well, they removed all this shit and they thought they saw blood and then they arrested him. So I'm guessing it's her blood.
Jesus, yeah.
Mhm. It turns out that the whole reason that the police looked back at Robert to like go search his apartment and all this shit was that a friend of his had mailed in a letter to the police saying, hey, you need to go check him out. Now, the contents of the letter, again, they're not publishing because it's part of the trial. It's like a closely guarded something or other. But basically, his friend was like, you need to check him out. I have some intel. Then they go in there and they find blood. I'm assuming they test for Xena's blood. And then they're like, gotcha, fucker.
Okay, but that's 19 years later.
19 years later.
He hadn't fucking cleaned his bathroom?
I'm sure it was like soaked in or something,
That is
you know?
horrifying.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
He didn't move in all that time, too?
I
Jesus.
guess not.
The fucking
I
luck
guess
of
not.
that.
Right? Well, and now I'm all nervous. Like, hopefully, like in terms of my research, I'm like, hopefully that timeline is right because it's so hard to piece all this together.
Yeah.
Okay. But obviously, it was 19 years later that he was arrested. But I can't imagine that they would have like pulled all this blood out then. So I'm pretty sure that it was 19 years later.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have pulled it out then and then been like, that's suspicious, but it's not her, you know?
Yeah.
Isn't it also crazy that they tested the like second person's DNA or biological matter and it wasn't him?
Yeah, but like we were saying, it could have been from anything in the fucking river.
Yeah.
Like anybody
Everything's
swimming or whatever.
contaminated. Yeah. Okay. A closed trial was requested, and as of September 2019, he was still in custody, but I'm not sure if he was tried yet. I don't know what fucking COVID is doing over in Poland.
Oh my God, right?
But I'm pretty sure, like, everything I found was that he's still in custody and that he keeps complaining that the guards are mistreating him. And every time that they go to investigate his claims, they find that they're false. And, like, he keeps, like, complaining about it. And so now they're like, okay, also you're going to be tried for, like, fucking with us. I don't remember what they called it, but, like, you know, lying about
Aggravating
police.
the fucking
Yeah.
correctional officers.
Lying that you're being abused or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, her face and arms were never recovered. No
Ugh.
other body parts were ever recovered. And final point, I just wanted to shout out fucking a Reddit user, Electrocabbage, because
Oh, shit.
that's where I got most of the information to be like, oh, I can actually look into this now, even though it was posted 5 years ago.
God damn.
But I looked for this like when we first started our podcast and I couldn't find anything on it other
Yeah.
than it was just like, oh, a skin suit got wrapped up in these propellers and it turned out to be this girl, but like we don't know who did it or what or
That's
anything.
so scary.
I know. Isn't that nuts?
It's nuts that it took 19 years to get an arrest.
Yeah, and that we don't know why he did it or like did he do this to anybody else in his 19 years? It's
Yeah,
not clear.
right.
Like I'm sure
What
you
did he
know.
do with that 19 years?
I have no idea. I'm sure if
Did he have a
anybody
fucking
actually had
wife?
access, they could figure it out. But
Right.
in my quick Google searches, I've tried a couple different terminologies.
Yeah, yeah.
And I couldn't find anything more on this guy. I mean, Robert J., I don't have much to go off of. Isn't that insane? How about that other fucking kid who literally sewed a mask out of his father's face? That is insane.
I mean, I don't know what's in the water out there,
Jesus. Right?
but
I was
god
kind of
damn.
thinking, remember how I mentioned that there was a flannel that they found with a square missing from it?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking maybe that, I mean, I could be totally wrong and off here because who knows, but I was thinking maybe that was cut away so that they could, like, as evidence, like, I'm about to throw this body in a river, which also, like, did you just throw her clothes separately? Did you rip them up? I have so many questions, but if there's a perfect square missing, maybe that's a spot where she was stabbed and they, like, cut it out because it gave away too much evidence of what was used, you know?
Yeah, but that would be on the skin too. That evidence of like the shape or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they had her whole torso and a shirt
Maybe
generally
it was like
covers
a
your torso.
souvenir. I don't know. Like, that's kind of weird that a perfect square was cut out, right?
Yeah, it's super weird.
Unless maybe it was like,
Maybe it's where he jizzed
oh my God.
and then he just cut that
Why
part
wouldn't
out.
you just like burn everything? Why would you cut it out?
I don't know. That's a good point.
And then also, isn't it kind of weird that her skin suit was also wrapped up like with chunks of her sweater? Like,
yeah.
was he then wearing her clothes over the suit?
Oh.
I don't know. And then did he take it off together? That's hard to do. Like, why were they together still in this whole river?
Yeah. Maybe he didn't wear
Maybe
it.
he like wrapped them all up really quick and chucked it.
Maybe he put it on a mannequin.
Okay. Okay. That's an odd maybe. Yeah. Why wouldn't you
like-
just keep it on her body?
Keep her with him. Because he knows how to taxidermy skin, but not a whole body. Like you can't keep the whole body. You can only keep the
Maybe.
skin and you could stuff it and stuff. And so what if he was like had it with
Oh
a
my
mannequin?
God. Why didn't he keep like her face and shit?
Maybe he did.
But it looks like a swimsuit.
Maybe the mannequin didn't have arms. You know how some of them don't?
Okay, I meant like at the leg area. I think the top looks like a t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's very unique.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe this thing has, like, Venus de Milo arms, so it only goes to, like...
All right, art major. Turn it down over there.
You know what it is.
I would never know how to, like, what it's called.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
But you know exactly what it is.
I know what
So-
you're talking about.
Yeah, so then shoulders, like T-shirt sleeves,
Uh-huh.
could fit over that.
Uh-huh.
Maybe the bottom is, like, just a dress form mannequin, so it only has, like, hips, and so then he can keep, like, the bottom part like a swimsuit, you know?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Again,
know about the
I had
head
like one
part.
picture. I had two pictures of the skin, and one was right when they pulled it out, and it was like blobbed up on the deck. And then the other one was like pulled out for like evidence, but I didn't really look that hard at all the details. I was just like, whoa, that's fucking weird. Why is it so slippery looking?
Oh.
Isn't that weird?
I don't like it.
I know. I feel so bad for her mom.
I want to talk to him.
I don't. He looks like a dick.
Does he?
Yeah.
Like,
He had like a shaved head, and they had him handcuffed in the front in the picture, and he looked kind of like buff and bigger, you know?
uh-huh.
So that's why I was like, how the fuck is he gonna fit in there? But I don't know what he was 19 years ago.
That's fair.
But he did kind of look like a smaller guy.
Was he
Like, short?
attractive?
No. But maybe that's because I know what he did.
That's fair.
I find attractiveness. I like nerds. I don't know if you know this.
Well, I don't
So
know.
he's
He
probably
wasn't-
devastatingly handsome, and I'm like, ugh, get away from me. I need more nerds in my life.
Well, I'm just trying to think of, like, if he didn't know her, like, how does he get her attention?
Well, he was known to
or-
like harass women and shit, so maybe he didn't like actually lure her in a nice way.
Yeah. But
But
also
what was she doing for 2 weeks before her classes?
being
you know?
tortured. Oh, that.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
being being
Ow.
missing or whatever.
Yeah.
But also, like, an attractive person might not necessarily be so, like, anti-people and, like, I'm gonna do all this crazy shit
Yeah, yeah,
because they have, like,
would you fuck me?
I'd fuck me.
My God.
Well, this is fucking terrifying, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, that's in my fucking ear holes now. I had never heard that.
I'm glad because I had heard just that one little bit, which is probably the most fascinating part and shock value of the whole case is that
Yeah.
it's a skin suit. But
I'd heard the one where the kid wore his dad's and wore it around his grandpa, which is fucking horrifying.
When I read that part, I was like, I have to do this story because what the fuck? There's 2 of them?
Yeah, I think I saw that one and only that one, and I was like, there's not enough information on this to like make a podcast about it. But what the fuck, man? That's scary.
So you just weave them in like also there's this similar thing, which I totally got from one of the blogs that I posted on, like I'll post on the sources. Like they weaved in like, here's some similar things that could be suspects.
This
Psych,
guy
they're
also
not
did some
suspects.
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Nuts.
Ugh.
God.
I really hope it was
Right.
Bobby J.
Robert J.
That's what I said.
You
God
said Bobby
damn.
J.
Yeah, his name's Bob.
Hate it.
All right, lady.
Yep. There's
Fucking-
something in my pants.
What?
There's something in my pants. Get it out.
Are you
Hold
just
on.
happy to see me?
Nope, it's something.
Is it a pincher bug?
No. I have pest control now.
Yeah, they all fucking came into the shed.
All right, I lost it. Fuck.
Well, did you smash it at least?
I'm so itchy.
All right, let's close this out.
I think so. Okay, well, I'm sorry. I just think I might be losing my leg right now.
Well,
To a
listen,
parasite.
it's not gonna get.
But we can finish the podcast.
It's not gonna grow back. You're not gonna lose it in this time. I'll drive you to the emergency room.
Okay. Hey guys, if you want to check out pictures pertaining to my case, go to isgdpodcast.com. I will post a picture of the diagram of the skin.
And you will send me a picture of the skin suit because
Yes, I will.
I want to see it.
And also, I will link all of the sources, and in those sources, you can find the picture of the skin suit, and you can also see everybody's great work because it's a lot of like little blogs of people who do this shit. So fucking go give them kudos and check them out and be like, God damn, you're smart.
Yeah.
If you want to, while you're there, join Patreon, it's only $1.
Mm-hmm.
And we got 18 episodes, bitch. Come join us for $1. You get access to 18 episodes, and then every month we put out a new episode, and it's great and it's fun. It's only $1. You support us so that we can buy chairs and equipment for this podcast, which, by the way, you guys are about to fund the whole furnishing of the goddamn she shed because you're amazing.
You are.
I've been working real hard on it.
Mm-hmm. And
In
I've
my
been
life.
working real hard on adding stuff to the Amazon wish list.
Yep, that list is getting large. So we thank you, Patreon, so much. All your
So
supporters, you fucking are amazing. Come join us. Come tell your friends to join us. Also, we have merch. Go check out our merch. If you like shit, go buy it. If you don't, that's cool. You can just look at it. Also, come hang out with us on social media. We're at ISGD Podcast, and we are on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We also have the Goddamn Pod group, which is awesome. That's on Facebook. Come join it. Share memes. Talk about your life. Show pictures of your animals. Tell us about your goddams. We're all just fucking chilling and hanging out and having a great time there.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd love for you to join us. Very exclusive. We let anyone in. But you have to ask for it.
Ooh, you have to request permission to join.
What else? Oh, you can email us at isgdpodcast@gmail.com. And you could be like, hey, I have a case suggestion, or hey, I just want to say hi, or I love you guys, or whatever you want to say, and we will reply. One time I got a really nasty gram, and they were like, did you even do your research? Because I said Ohio the whole time. I should have been saying Oklahoma. And I was like, yeah, I did. Suck it.
Goddamn.
My bad.
Sorry about it.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to like rip up a new asshole, but I was also like, I mean, you're not wrong.
Ah, shit. Did I say that?
Yeah, I listened back and I was like, I'm a fucking idiot. God damn it. Hate it when I'm wrong. But yeah, you can tell us when we're wrong or tell us when we're right. That's more fun.
That is more fun.
Yeah. Also, go and snail mail us.
At P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
And if you didn't have your pen and paper handy, you can go to our website, isgdpodcast.com, click on Contact Us, and then there at the scroll down at the bottom, and then we have that listed there.
I am pretty sure that everyone listening is taking notes the entire time.
Yeah.
Not one person doesn't have a pen and paper on them.
Yeah, they're like, ooh, running out of paper. Hold on real quick while I get my next notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we just love you guys.
So much.
Thanks for being awesome.
Thank you for being there.
I feel like I can't believe that this has gone on for so long
Same.
and that people are still with us.
I know.
It's pretty
Even
cool.
though this one hopefully won't be popping.
It might be.
It might be.
We're going to try one solution at a time.
Yeah.
So this is one of our solutions where we got some extra power fucking sources for our mics and shit. And we'll only know how it goes. Or you'll know how it goes.
Yeah, you'll know
And
how it goes.
Keep sticking with us because trust us.
It'll
We're about
get
to
better.
Be professionals.
Yeah,
right?
it's about to be
like
so professional.
Wondery's going to be knocking on our door and be like, why didn't we think of this?
Yeah, and they'll
Will
be
you
like,
come be a part of our network? And we're
Yeah.
gonna be like, I'll think about it.
And we'll be like, do you have an editor?
And then you guys will be hearing all about Madison Reed.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be great.
I can't wait.
And hello, Fresh.
Oh. Hello?
Fresh.
Oh my God. Okay, later, losers. Love you guys. You're awesome.
Bye.
Toodles.
And if you're all caught up on our podcast, stay tuned for a promo from Twisted and Uncorked.
Hello, Twisted Humans. This is the podcast where two best friends chat true crime and have a glass
or two
of wine. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Caitlin.
And this is Twisted and Uncorked.
So join us every week for Casual Tuesdays, where we release a new episode. We are now available on all platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. Rate, review, and subscribe.
Cheers.
Cheers.